Traditional wedding. Traditional wedding. Kí lorúkọ ètò náà? Traditional wedding ètò ìgbéyàwó tó bọ̀ ní lọ́gbọ̀n. Traditional wedding. Ṣètìgbọ́ ètò lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ traditional wedding ló lọ lọ́wọ́. Kí lorúkọ ètò náà? Traditional wedding ètò ìgbéyàwó tó bọ̀ ní lọ́gbọ̀n. Traditional wedding. Every Tuesday on Instagram, every Tuesday on Facebook, 6 p.m. UK time, every Tuesday on Facebook. Ètò ìgbéyàwó tó fún ni lóye, traditional wedding. Ètò ìgbéyàwó tó fún ni lóye. Traditional weddings ẹ káàbọ̀ sórí ètò yìí ẹ̀yin tèmi nílé lóko lẹ́yìn òdì mo kára lé mo kéròyìn mo kóbìnrin mo kọ́mọdé bẹ́ẹ̀ ni mo kí àgbàlagbà wípé ẹ káàbọ̀ sórí ètò yìí lórí ètò láwa ètò wa ètò yín ètò kan náà tí gbogbo wa mọ̀ sí ètò ìgbéyàwó. Let's talk traditional weddings and more with Meme Darius. Àmọ́ gẹ́gẹ́ bí ṣe wà lórí ètò ìbá aṣọ ohunkóhun ṣe rí pé ó yẹ ká júbà fọba kọ́dá ayé ọba ṣẹ̀dá ọ̀run ọba lánàá ọba lẹ́ni ọba títí ayérayé kọrin kése ẹlẹ́pùrú ìkẹ́ ọba tó tó nípa tó kọ̀ tí ò pa ni tó ṣe pé ṣe ló ń pa nímọ́ ọba tá a dágbére fún lọ́sẹ̀ tó kọjá pé à ń lọ kábọ̀ ṣeṣe fún èmi olóòtú ètò ìgbéyàwó àti gbogbo ẹ̀yin èèyàn tí ẹ wò mí lórí ìkànnì yìí tó jẹ́ kó ṣeṣe fún wa láti wà láyé láàyè àti láyé rere àrùn fáyọ̀ bí òṣọpẹ́ adúpẹ́dúpẹ́ olúwa ọlọ́run alágbára ẹgbọ́pẹ́ wa. Father, we are grateful, we thank you God of heaven and earth for sparing our lives. Adúpẹ́ torí pé ẹ pa wá mọ́ kúrò nínú ibi gbogbo ẹ jẹ́ kó wáyé kó bá wa olúwa ẹ ṣeun. Father Lord, we are grateful for all these things that you are doing for us week in week out. I also want to use the opportunity to appreciate the amazing people that are supporting us on this show. Pápá jùlọ iléeṣẹ́ Chorus Dresses and Laces iléeṣẹ́ tó gbàgbá sùn lọ́yẹ níbi tó ti ń taṣọ ìyàwó tìyá ìyàwó lẹ́fẹ́ ni tọ́mọ ìyàwó lẹ́fẹ́ ni aṣọ ọmọdé lẹ́fẹ́ tàgbà ni ẹgbàrún lẹ́fẹ́ ni iléeṣẹ́ Chorus Dresses and Laces ẹ kàn sí wọn kódà wọ́n tún ní ẹ̀ka iléeṣẹ́ wọn kan tí wọ́n ń pè ní ready to wear by Chorus Dresses and Laces iléeṣẹ́ Chorus Dresses and Laces ẹ ṣeun iléeṣẹ́ yóò ní jóná wọ́nyá máa ròkè. Mo tún fàtìkì náà dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ iléeṣẹ́ Laser Fabrics all the way from Dallas, Texas. Thank you so much Laser Fabric for your support week in week out. Seperation International Magazine, we appreciate you. We do really appreciate you for that which you're doing for us on this show. Thank you so much, Seperation International Magazine. We have kí ayẹyẹ yín kọ́ lórí magazine ni. Magazine ni o, paper magazine ẹ kàn sí iléeṣẹ́ Seperation International Magazine. Thank you so much, Seperation International Magazine, for your support. We also want to appreciate the amazing First Rate Global. First Rate Global, anything that has to do with property investment, please contact First Rate Global. Wọ́n wà ní Ṣàgámù, Lagos State. Wọ́n tún máa ń ta block, especially tó bá fẹ́ ra block tó fi ń kọ́lé tí kì í ṣe àwọn tó tí ilé máa dàwó. Please contact First Rate Global. Wọ́n wà lórí Instagram náà. You can contact them. Thank you so much for us. The amazing Royal Vogue ló gbòde òyìnbó gà kí o tọ́ Royal Vogue ẹ̀yìn èèyàn mi. Royal Vogue ẹ ṣeun ẹ kú gbogbo gbà. Royal Vogue àwọn náà máa ń ta ready to wear. Please, if you need anything simple, classy, basic, not dramatic, but very, very beautiful, ẹ kàn sí iléeṣẹ́ Royal Vogue. Iléeṣẹ́ Royal Vogue ẹ ṣeun. I'm sure you love what I'm wearing. Iléeṣẹ́ yóò ní jóná owó yẹn á máa ròkè o. Mo tún fẹ́ fàtìkù náà dúpẹ́ lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí lọ́gbà àwọn tí wọ́n ti darapọ̀ mọ́ wa lórí ètò yìí. Ẹ ṣeun. Ìyàwó bàbá tí a mi dé. Thank you so much, everybody. I want to thank the Mama Ayọ̀délé Winatoluwa Mayowa. Thanks for joining us. MC Monite Eshegoni Ololádémi Àjàlá. Thank you so much. Simply Any Wealth. Thank you so much for joining me. Kó tó di pé a gbé àkórí ètò tèmi wọlé gbogbo alámọ̀ pé ọba ń bari láti gbé wálé ní lórí ètò ìgbéyàwó. Lórí ètò yìí a máa ń sọ nípa anything that has to do with traditional marriage, the wedding itself, the ceremony itself. We also talk about wedding generally, and also we talk about marriage and lifestyle. There's a common thing out there now. People will be saying marriages is come, marriages is come. Rara, o, we believe that marriage can still work. So these are the things that we always talk about. And then life, lifestyle generally, that's what we talk about here. So kó tó di pé a gbé àkòrí ètò tèmi wọlé, ẹ jẹ́ ká fi orin gbára. Ẹ jọ gẹ́gẹ́ bí àwọn bàbá ṣe bí àwọn bàbá tí àwọn tí bá wa pẹ̀lú wọn ní ẹ share. Please share. Tell people that the show has started. Gẹ́gẹ́ bí mo ṣe máa ń bẹ̀bẹ̀ fún ní gbogbo ọ̀sẹ̀ wípé ẹ̀bẹ̀ kan ti máa ń bẹ̀ wá ní pé ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ bá wa fi ètò ìránṣẹ́. Kindly show people. Yeah, Ayanfe the Alaga, thank you. God bless you. Thank you for joining. Ẹ jẹ́ ká lọ fi ẹ jẹ́ ká fi orin ká kọ́kọ́ forin gbára náà kó tó di pé a gbé àkórí ètò yìí wọlé gẹ́gẹ́ bí ìṣe wa lórí ètò yìí. Ẹ jẹ́ ráwọn èèyàn létí wípé ètò ti bẹ̀rẹ̀. Àwọn míì máa ń gbàgbé. Please tell them that the show has started. And if you know anyone that would normally be on this show, please copy and paste to them so that they can remember. Àwọn máa sọ pé àwọn ò lè join. Starting from the wrong side. Okay, let's go.
Walk on that, join together. Let no man put us on down. Walk on that, join together. Let no man put us on down. Love is a beautiful
Let me come back. Hey, Sakina Stella, thank you so much for joining us. God bless you. Hey, ìyàwó bàbá nìkan ló ń jó. Okay, Sakina Stella. I want to see the next song for today. Gbogbo wa lájọ. Ṣe jẹ́jẹ́, ṣe jẹ́jẹ́, ọkọ ìyàwó ṣe jẹ́jẹ́, ṣe ìbò ìyàwó ṣe jẹ́jẹ́, ọkọ ń bọ̀ ṣe jẹ́jẹ́, ṣe jẹ́jẹ́ o. Ẹni bá máa ṣe ìgbéyàwó, aṣọ kúkúrú méje. Ìgbéyàwó ó máa kúkúrú méje. Ó ṣe àwọn ọjà. Thank you, everybody, I understand. Ilé ẹ̀kọ́ ni. Má ṣe gbéraga o. Ìgbéraga ìgbé ní ìrànlẹ́ o. Bàbá rẹ̀ ní ṣe. Ìyá rẹ̀ ní ṣe. Oh, thank you, we got to do our work. Join together. Hey, Yahoo Baba is winning the dance competition today. Can you imagine? Okay, now I'm gonna have to wait for people to come back. I think Instagram is getting over sensitive over music. So that's why we just suddenly realized that the show went off. Okay. I guess the only thing I can guess is because of the music. So we're gonna wait for other people to Oh my goodness. God, people, sorry. I think Instagram is becoming oversensitive over the music. I don't know. I don't know what happened. It just went off. That's very, very unusual. Anyway, the only thing I can think of is the music. Maybe the music, maybe they don't want us to use their music and they put it on. I don't know. Because I think it's, a message just came up and said because of the music. So Instagram interrupted us. Anyways, thank you everybody for coming back. Yeah, thank you so much for coming back. um I think I need to kind of do more research on this music of the thing, because this is the second time it will be happening. It happened some time ago as well, where the thing just went off. You understand? So I think it's the music. Some of this music, they put this thing on them. We've used this music several times on this show. We didn't have any problem with it, but every day, people come up with all different new updates. Maybe the guy doesn't want his music to be used. I don't know. But anyway, thanks everybody for coming back. When I go, Mama was studio, man, not showing the meeting, man, the man will really show you, because I don't know why they don't want us to. Yeah, it happened on Facebook as well. Okay, people, let's just talk about what we have come here to do today. Anyway, for those of us that we've listened to the music, we heard the. I was going to actually ask us who was the artist, because last week we said we were going to give gift to the person that guessed right who the artist was, which somebody said unnecessary. I'm looking for backup singers. Well, which somebody actually got it right, but the person is not here today. Once she comes on, I'm going to mention it. The person actually has her page as private. When I was trying to DM them after the show to say that they have won a gift, but the person did not. Um, you didn't. I've sent them a request to accept. So once they accept, I'm going to be able to send them their gift. Okay, people, let's come. Welcome back to the show again, and I do apologize for that breaking transmission. If it were those days, we would have been like, I want to know mono mono, she mono mono. But this time around, it is Instagram that is doing mono mono, blocking people just because of, they just took that, they actually took that down because they don't want us to use the music. So I do apologize about the breaking transmission, and thank you so much everybody for coming back. Okay, let's go to today's anyway, most of us have heard the music. We listen to the music. Um and that's one of the reasons I actually came up with my own what's it called, jingle, because I knew that at some point, these people are going to be a bit funny. Somebody's already guessing. I said, please guess the name of the artist. So whoever gets the name of the artist right first is going to get a gift. Somebody already guessed. So the name of the artist that was playing earlier, even the artist does not want us to use their music. They've put whatever band or whatever on it, and that's why it went off. So once again, I apologize for that breaking transmission. Now, let's go to today's business, people. I want you to please do me a favor by reminding people that the show has started. Let people know that the show has started. Today, we are talking about very important topic. In fact, I brought it back by popular demand. I think we discussed it about 2 years ago or thereabouts, when we knew that what's it called, when we decided ETO IGBEYAWO. We did actually this topic back then, but I think people have been asking for it. Especially when we do this job, people ask us, "Oh, which one is good, which one is better," and that's what we're going to be talking about today. Yes, people are already guessing the name of the artist. I've seen two people, but like I said, the first person to guess right will be the one to get the gift. I've already seen people guessing, so you keep it coming. I'm noticing the people that are putting the name of the artist on. Somebody said Femi, and the another person said Femi. So we will give the gift to the first person that gets to it, which we're going to announce very soon anyway. So we're talking about which one is better. Yeah, that's the topic. Which is better? Having a three-in-one wedding, as in traditional and religious, and religious wedding and reception on the same day, or on separate days. Now we're going to take it one after the other, because as I always say on this show, I don't like assuming that people actually know or understand what we are saying. Now we're talking about doing a three-in-one wedding. When we say we're doing a three-in-one wedding, what are we talking about? I mean, what what comes to mind? Let's first of all talk about that, establish that fact before we move on to discussing whether it is okay or not. Before we move on to discussing why is it okay, why is it not okay, we'll discuss the pros and cons of it. And then, whoever is on this show, maybe you already have your wedding done, you're planning to do a wedding, or you are a wedding planner, or you're a wedding traditional wedding compare or like or something. People may come to you as a professional also to ask for your opinion. That what do you think? Which one do you think? So you'll be able to actually advise people. Right now, let's talk about the 3-in-1 wedding. When we say 3-in-1 wedding, what are we talking about? How possible is it to have like a 3-in-1 wedding on the same day? Why 3-in-1 wedding on the same day? Why do people decide to go for separate days of weddings? Now let's take it one after the other. Let's first of all ask the question. We know that sometimes we ask the obvious. That will be like, the question will let you be here now. But sometimes I like to ask because you will be surprised that there are some people that actually don't know what you think you know very well. So when we say 3-in-1 wedding on the same day, what comes to mind? Please, I need people to please especially those of us that are new on this show. On this show is an interactive show. It's something that I don't do the talking alone. People comment. You can comment. You can leave your comments by answering questions we're asking, or you can decide to text us on WhatsApp and put. If you're calling from outside the UK, it's +447828500938. That's +447828500938. Then also, if you want to leave us a voice note, that one is actually the easiest. Or you want to call us live, you can call us on +447828500938, or you can decide to join the show live. You can do any of those. Thanks to those that are responding to the question of who the artist was. Actually, everybody has guessed right, but so that I don't mix things up, the first person that responded was Mide. Mide was the person that I responded first and says Orishefemi, and that's actually the name of the artist. So Mide will be sending you your gifts during the week by the grace of God. Classy Alaga, thank you for joining us. Classy Alaga. Orishefemi also said that, Maynard also said Orishefemi, Kemosik also said Orishefemi. Everybody is right, to be honest. That's the name of the artist that sang that song. Unfortunately, they did not allow us to play the song. They've even deleted that particular part of the show, which is fine. But at least we all know who the person is. So somebody said mentally it is not okay. However, economically it is slightly better. So if I want to ask now, if I want to throw it open, would you rather go for, I'm throwing it open to everybody and not just the person that is responding at the moment, and that's coming from Kemosi. I can see people on YouTube. People on YouTube say hello. Let me know that you are there. I can see few people on YouTube. I can see people on Instagram, and I can see people on Facebook. We are live and clear on the 3 channels, but the only reason that will know that you are there is when you talk, that, or you say something, or you comment. That will make me acknowledge you and to know that you are there. Okay, people, which one would you prefer? Would you rather go for a 3-in-1, or would you have just a separate date? For somebody said for 3-in-1, we're taking it from 3-in-1. Why would you want to go for 3-in-1 wedding? Why? Somebody has responded. The person said, and that's coming from the amazing Kemosik official. Like Kemosik, I appreciate your support day in, day out. Thank you so much. So Kemosik says that, pardon me, and I want to believe that she's talking about the 3-in-1 wedding. She said that mentally it is not okay. However, economically it is slightly better. Okay, ma. It would be nice if you can please shed more light on what you mean by mentally. Up there, it's not the best, or just as usual. It would be nice for you to just throw more light on that. Why is it not mentally okay? What if you think that 3-in-1 wedding is okay? Why do you think it is okay? If you think it is not okay, why do you think it is not okay? Please, people, feel free to talk. Feel free to leave your comments. Feel free to call us on +447828500938. Now, Mide said everyone is going to be tired. That's part of we're talking about the pros and cons, yeah, the advantages and the disadvantages of the 3-in-1 wedding. Somebody has already told us that mentally it can drive you insane. That's definitely a disadvantage. And then somebody said everyone is going to be tired. What about if you do one day? You think if you do separate day, will people not be tired? Somebody said I would like to have my own wedding 2 in 1, traditional wedding first, then the nikah and reception. That is 3 in 1 actually. That's 3 in 1. That's not 2 in 1. You know, your traditional wedding, you're doing your religious wedding, which is kind of maybe nikah or church wedding, and you're also doing reception. As far as I'm concerned, that's a 3 in 1. It's not even 2 in 1, it's a 3 in 1. Young Baba said the stress of having the whole wedding done on the same day could be stressful. Okay, thank you so much, everybody. Now we're talking about things that could possibly go wrong, things that could actually make people to see 3 in 1 wedding as not so attractive. I'm not a fan of it. The reason that can make people to want to say, you know what, I don't want to do it. We've seen a lot of people saying. Somebody said mentally, it's not okay. It can drive you crazy. Somebody said, um, somebody said it's gonna be everybody's gonna be tired, everybody's gonna be tired. Somebody said the stress of having the whole wedding day on the same day could be very stressful. So we talk about being tired, we've talked about it can drive you insane mentally, we've talked about stressful, we've talked about stress, we've talked about what's it called now, fatigue, that's what MC Monas is talking about as well. The pressure, also pressure on vendors. Somebody said pressure on vendors. Okay. Little mistakes can happen on the day. Okay. People think it's too cumbersome. People think there's too much going on the same day. People think it can affect you mentally. That one I'm still interested. I don't know whether Chemosik is still online. Chemosik said mentally. Only I would like you to shed more light on that, ma. Okay. These are the things that could possibly go wrong when you have like a 2 in 1, a 3 in 1. God bless you, ma. When you have like a 3 in 1 wedding, a lot of things could possibly go wrong. That's why we're talking about it now. I want to have my trad, my church wedding, my reception on the same day. People said it could be stressful, it could affect you mentally. Hey, Mommy John Oluko, thank you so much for joining us, ma. Somebody said it could affect you mentally. Somebody said it can little mistake can happen and it can cause trouble. MC Monai said that fatigue and the stress and the pressure on vendors could be an issue on the day. Okay, these are all well said. Now, can anything good come out of no, when it comes to 3 in 1 wedding? Is there possibility of anything good coming out of it? Is there anything good coming out of it? Let's talk about that. Is there anything good that could come out of 3 in 1 wedding? What I mean by that is, are there any advantages of having a 3 in 1 wedding? Because a lot of people have been talking about the disadvantages, what could possibly go wrong. Okay, let's talk about what is likely to go right. Let me receive the call that's coming in. Hello.
Good evening.
Good evening, ma.
This is Chemosik speaking.
Oh, Chemosik. In fact, the song I feel like singing for you now is "What Can I Do Without You." Thank you. Thank you so much for coming on the show. God bless you, ma.
I just want to contribute quickly.
Yes, ma.
I honestly don't know the reason why people do it, and I think majorly the major reason that people do that is, I would say, it's cost. People are trying to cut costs, which I don't think there is much effect on that anyways. Because some people think, when we do everything all in one, it's cheaper. It might be cheaper, but I don't think there's any significant difference between having it 2 separate days. Because I don't know what people do to be honest. But the reason why I say mentally is that imagine having your church service in the morning. I know some people will do traditional wedding in the morning, but
Yeah.
if you look at it these days now, we tend to do traditional wedding in the evening. They will go to church or go to the registry, do the ceremony in the morning. They will have a tiny bit of reception. They will then say, okay, traditional wedding can now come up. And then after that, they'll still have their reception and after party. With all this long day, imagine how people live in their house from 10 a.m. So you will have to provide something for them, maybe something light before church or the ceremony, the the court one, the registry. After that, they will be waiting to go in for the reception. Obviously, you don't have people come to your party from 10 o'clock and they've not eaten at 3 p.m. You will provide something for them to eat, to drink. That's not cheap. And then, when they sit for reception, they will have proper dinner. And then in the evening for traditional wedding or for the traditional wedding, after the traditional wedding, everybody is hungry again. And then later you will prepare abula for people to, when the after party is going on, there is still food going on, here and there. So it's not really cheap if we have to look at it critically. And then the bride, the groom, the mother of the bride, the father of the bride, they are running from morning to night and stuff. Anyway, whoever decides to do 3 in 1, I'm sure they must have made up their mind that, okay, so maybe some people are mentally ready for it. So some people, I think it's because of money, they just want to cut costs. Like, okay, if they have to do it 2 separate ways, they will have to take 2 separate halls. It will be 2 separate venues. However, in the one day wonder one, your guest, that's where you find out that you have excessive guests. Because if you have 2 separate days, some people will be thinking, okay, if I don't attend the main wedding, I will attend. If I don't attend the traditional wedding, I will come for the white wedding or the church wedding. So they will come to either. If they're not part of the family, not everyone attends the 2. So the guests are lesser than one day wonder, because same day no one is. Wedding the other day.
You're right.
Loads and loads of guests.
Yeah.
That's when you go to parties and they sell 500 seats and 500 seats and 700 stands.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, the food will not be enough. The caterer will be charging extra. I don't know, Sha. But I think if you want to do it 2 separate days, maybe find it, just small. I don't mean small. I mean like a cheaper venue for the traditional wedding or cheaper venue for the white wedding. And
depending on you want to focus on planning
to wonder. I'm not saying it's totally out of it. But if you're mentally prepared, that's fine. In terms of cost, I don't think it's that cheaper.
Is that cheaper? Thank you so much.
People shared this with me that my cheap will be cheap. I don't think so. Then the stress and everything. But I haven't said that. One man's meat is another man's
poison. Thank you so much, sis.
We're all different and everyone has plans for their life.
Yeah, right.
So whichever one.
Ben.
But
thank you.
That's of course no question. So that's just my contribution.
Thank you so much, sis. Thank you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you for always. Thank you for always.
Yeah, here listening to all the contributions.
I really appreciate you, ma. God bless you. Eshe Goni, thank you. Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, that's coming from Kemosik, and Kemosik is a well-known traditional wedding compare. She's been in the industry for quite a while. She's definitely speaking from experience, we that are vendors, that are like event vendors, we see it all. We see all different kind of one. She said it all. So for those of us that are just joining us tonight, this is ETO IGBEYAWO. Let's talk traditional weddings and more with Bonimate Royals. Tonight, the topic we have on ground is which one is better, to do a 3-in-1 wedding on same day, or to have separate days to do the weddings. And when I say 3-in-1, I'm talking about doing church wedding, reception, and traditional on the same day. And a lot of people have been talking about, well, it's not so easy and da 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 da. I was asking people, why would you want to opt for or opt out of a 3-in-1 wedding on the same day? So many people have talked about it is stressful, it is the fatigue is there, you'll be tired, the pressure will be too much of it. Somebody was even talking about the fact that mentally it could affect you because it will be too much for you. And then, I would say that sometimes because it is a 3-in-1 wedding, things might not be done thoroughly. However, somebody said advantage. I'm not saying that. Okay, does that mean that there are no good thing coming out of Nazareth? How do I call it now? Could that be would that be anything good about a 3-in-1 wedding? A lot of people have talked about the fact that one of the advantages, that's what MC Monite also just said now. One of the advantages of having a 3-in-1 wedding on the same day is financial aspects. It may be economically beneficial. That means that probably it will be cheaper or they won't spend as much money. I think another thing is you put all your stress in one day, and then you know that after that day everything is done. But having said that, we need to weigh the options, weigh it and think about it. Why do I want to? At least you know that you're having a good reason. Even if you want to opt for it or opt out of it, what are your reasons? So that's what we're going to be talking about tonight. Now let's move on to the next thing I want us to discuss tonight. Okay, I've agreed to do a 3-in-1 wedding. My traditional, my wedding, my church wedding or nikah is the same day, and then my reception is also on the same day. Now, if we decide to do everything on the same day, which I've seen a lot of people doing it nowadays, we've talked about what could possibly go wrong, what could possibly go right. One thing that I know is all about planning. It is well planned, if it is well executed, if you have good vendors or good event planner, and everybody that is connected to that event, if we are all hands are on deck, if we are all prepared and we're really determined to do it, the couple is going to do what it's supposed to do at the time they're supposed to do it, everything is done the right way. I think it's doable, honestly. I wouldn't mind if I could do it, but I have to really, really be thorough with the people that I'm working with. And one thing again that I may say that sometimes I see when people do 3-in-1 wedding is because people are not prepared for it. They just want to do it. They didn't think about they figured it out in their head. They didn't think about what could possibly happen in reality. And one of the things that happen in reality is that nothing is done thoroughly. And most of the time, the reason why things are not done thoroughly on the day, it's not because it's a one-day wedding. From my experience, it's because everybody involved are not professional enough, or there's no proper planning. I'm telling you, personally, I believe that it is doable as long as you guys are actually mentally, physically, in every aspect, you're ready for it. You put everything in place and you do it to time, because timekeeping is one of the major challenges that we have in this industry. Even when people have just 2 days or 3 days or separate days to do their wedding, if time consciousness is not there, if you don't hire professionals, if you don't hire people that will do your job right, then, or even if you spend the whole money, it will still be wasted. Let me read comment. Thank you so much, ma'am. MC Mona, I said I've attended 2 events where everything was done same day. Obviously, not all guests were invited to the trad. After trad, we had sandwiches and water, then the church service and reception. Thank you so much, ma'am. Now, that's my next question. I want to ask, hey, Sumbo Skalaja Sumbo, thank you so much. Mom, see familiar. Thanks for joining us. She said looking hot in blue. Thank you so much. Delays from families can affect everything. It can affect everything on when we have separate days as well. It can have, I've seen where we had a traditional on the same day. I can never forget. That's one of the worst experience I've ever had. The traditional was supposed to start at 2 and we did not start until 9. So it's not about separate days. I want to about keep to time, on the sense of timing. They will still not have sense of timing. There was this event that myself and Chemostic did. If you can remember, I think it was in City Pavilion. I can't mention name obviously. And we asked them, are we ready? They said yes. Can we start? They said yes. We asked both sides, the bride, the groom, and then we brought the bride's family in. I'm sure Chemostic can remember this. And then after we brought the guy in, and I said, okay, time for the groom's family. They said that is Harry Lolly. I was like, what? I couldn't believe it. That is Ayololeke. Are you joking? One ball. Oh, I know traffic. One shake. I thought it was a joke. Oh. We waited for over 1 hour after the bride family has already danced. So that one is not about having it on the same day. It's about people not. They didn't even have the wedding on the same day. It was different days. It was different days. So sometimes it's not even about having it on the same day. It's about everybody that is involved. How prepared are you? How did you plan and everything? Now, let me read the Minot says that Minot says that is if this is just work with honest people. I think what she was right. I think typo error came up here, so I can't really make sense out of that comment. Please help me rewrite it. Okay, the things is just have to trust who you are working with. Okay, I think she has written it in another comment. Otherwise, the event will be something else. Exactly. Whether 2 in 1, 3 in 1, same day or not same day, if you don't trust or know the people that you're working with, everything will still be in a mess. I've seen people that did a 1 day event and it was top notch. And I've seen people that spent 2 days and it was wishy-washy. The 2 days were just horrible. So sometimes it's not about that. Thank you, MC. It's true. Let me read what Baba said. He said, as I said earlier, the family eyewitness did 1 day wonder. They had 2 event planners. They invited different guests for each occasion, and it was well planned. That's another thing. That's another thing that we can do. If you're having a 3-in-1 event, you can decide that, okay, I want to attend traditional home, I want to attend the reception or the church. You can make that easy for your guests as well. And also, like Baba said, that's another suggestion. You can have 2 event planners strictly for the traditional. I want to see about they go. Then somebody mentioned something earlier, which we're still going to talk about, but I don't want to jump I don't want to jump queue. Though they spent a lot, I enjoyed my job that day. That's good. Sometimes you spend a lot, but it doesn't show. Good evening, my beautiful sis, boss lady. Hey, M1 event, God bless you. Hey, Fade baby, thank you for joining us. Yeah, that is right. And the people involved have to be organized. They have to be organized. You blew me away. Hey, Fade baby, thank you. They have to be organized. So sometimes it's not about having 3-in-1 on the same day. It's about planning. It's about getting it right. It's about professionalism. Now, let's talk about this because time is fast spent and I really want us to discuss this properly so that if anybody pick up this video anywhere, they can gain something out of it. Now, if we want to have a 3-in-1, in what order should it be? I'm not sure if we get that question, but that's another thing that people get wrong sometimes. In what order should it be? Should we do traditional first, church or nikah, then reception? Or should we do church first, traditional, then reception? Or the other way around? I'm sure you know what I'm saying. In what order should it go? Which is the best order when it comes to having a 3-in-1 wedding? I really want us to talk about this order thing because I'm telling you, sometimes people plan, they do everything. The only reason that mess the day up is the order in which they plan to do things. Let's talk about that so that we can move on to the next thing. Especially those of us that are event vendors on this platform. For those of us on YouTube, for those of us on YouTube, please feel free to somebody said, Atiwa Inde YouTube. Oh. Thank you for Wawade YouTube. Thank you so much, my YouTubers. I give it to you. There are some people that they will always be on YouTube. God bless you. Okay, somebody said traditional church and reception. Trad, religious, and reception. Thank you so much, ma'am. So why do we think that order is good? And that is being done anyhow these days. Okay, now people are suggesting, I'm saying in what order, even though I've only seen 2 people responded to that, but the 2 people that responded actually agree. They are also on the same order. They believe that there should be trad, the religious wedding, then the reception. Maynard also says that to me, traditional first, nikah, then reception. I want to know, why do you think that order is the best? Tell me, why do you decide that, okay, traditional church or nikah, then reception? Mommy, well, maybe most people don't even do the registry on the same day. But we're saying in what order, as in on the day. For example, Yawo Baba, if you want to have 3-in-1 wedding, in what order should it be? Okay, which one should we do first? Lawson, which one should you do? Nirole, which one should we do? So traditional first, because marriage is uh, about family, okay? Hey, Mommy Eluyemi, God bless you. Thank you for joining us, Calmary. So, what order? People have said that personally, that's my own favorite order as well. Even apart from the fact that the cultural, because I actually put a note here to say that some of these things we don't think about the cultural implication of some of the things that we do. Culturally speaking, traditional first, religion or civic, and then yeah, you are right. Then evening, we can do reception. Most people are saying the traditional first, and then somebody said the traditional day I observe the event do take time. Yeah, which with registry, that's 4 in 1. It's true. I'm not sure people will be able to do that 4 in 1 anyway. Most people go to registry on a separate day. Most people, I don't think people will go to registry on the same day. But those that go to registry on the same day, they probably don't do any religious. They just do registry, traditional, and then. But let's put it that okay, we do the joining. Let's put it that way. The reception and the traditional. Traditional church, you seal it up, then reception. Thank you, ma. When family agree, they commit into God and they rejoice at reception. Thank you so much, ma. For cultural reasons, and then to me, logically speaking, that's how it should be. It's even so wrong for you to have gone to church. Already misses. I did a traditional wedding which they did after they've already done the church wedding. And when I was saying to the group to say, oh baby, if I baby, into the woman, that's talk on church, that kind of thing. She was just joking and being sarcastic, but it wasn't funny. So culturally speaking, it's good to do it traditional first, religious next, and then reception, to entertain your people. Plenty of people at traditional wedding is always noisy and rowdy. I am not a fan of plenty people at traditional wedding. Well, it depends on your group of guests as well. So some guests are very, very composed. Some people are very, unruly. Let's put it that way. I'm not going to lie. Even if they are 10 and they are unruly, they will still be making noise. There are some people that are really composed. I've seen where there's a lot of people, but they were well behaved and they really pay attention to everything we were doing. They were involved. But some people, even if they are 20, you'll be saying, hey, Joma, we are talking to you, they will not listen. So I can understand where you're coming from. Hey, Auntie, thank you so much for joining. It's been a while. Good to see you, ma. Now, let me tell you another reason why I prefer this order. This traditional wedding first, whether it is even happening the same day or if not the same day, I prefer traditional wedding first, the religious wedding, then the reception. Now, especially if it's happening on the same day. Now, the same day, I've seen where somebody actually did traditional and they did church wedding, and then they did traditional in the mid dress at their reception. Imagine the stress, the chaos. You already wear your white dress, you went to church, you came back, you remove your white dress, your suit and everything. You went to dress for traditional. Then at the reception, you still wanted to wear your white dress. That thing was all over the place. It does, to me, isn't logically speaking, it doesn't make any sense to me. I don't even know why. And there was nothing I did not do to convince this family that that order is fun. And it really messes things up. Even locally speaking, for easy flow of events, it is always good for you to have the traditional first, because traditional, you're wearing your native and everything. So once you change to your native, to your church dress or wedding dress or whatever you change to, it is easier, to navigate yourself to the reception straight away from there. So somebody said that's confusion romance. Yes, it happens. Then some people put traditional at the end. They put traditional at the end, they will do the church, they will do the reception, they will not put traditional at the end. I don't think that order is good either. For cultural purposes also is not good, and also for logic reasons. But at least it's better. I want to man fit traditional in between church and reception. It has happened to me. I've seen one of my clients that did that. It was chaos. It's not even funny. Wọ́n ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ tó padà lọ́wọ́ wedding dress lẹ́yìn tó ti bọ́ṣọ traditional tán. After that, ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ wedding dress tó ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ parí reception. They now went to change again for the evening after party, semi-traditional outfit. So now let's move to something else. We've talked about the order of events, and most people have agreed that the order should be traditional, religious wedding, which is church or nikai. We're still going to talk about this issue of nikai, and alagas on one of these occasions, because there's this serious thing going on between alagas and alfas. Anyway, that's not a topic for today. We'll talk about that later. Baya Shabi, thank you so much for joining us. Kemosi says, MC Mona is honestly, I'm a sucker for intimate weddings. I understand. Everyone to his own. Me, I like big wedding, but make sure that your crowd they get, because sometimes some crowd can be really, really unruly, even whether they are big or small. Baba said they always believe traditional is when lots of people will be present. Yeah. Now let's move on to the implication of okay, let me quickly say this. Okay, let's say we now have them in whatever order we want to have them. Should they be in different locations, or they should be in the same location? Now, there's a difference between the same location and the same room. That's another thing that we can look at. For those that are trying to do 3-in-1 wedding, should they now make it same location, or should they have like separate, maybe do the wedding and somewhere, the traditional somewhere, and then the reception somewhere? Let's talk about that. Let's talk about the implication of that on how well things are going to run. I don't want to be the only one doing the talking here. Mostly Kini Afas and Alagas. The emojis of laughter that you put there, honestly, I can't blame you, because that thing is not funny. But like I said, it's not a topic for today. Now, I'm talking about the implications of having same location on this occasion. Thank you so much, Mommy Lulemi. Why do you say same location, separate? Okay, MC Monite, you are always ahead of everybody on this show, honestly, because I was just about to go that having same location is one thing, having same room is another thing. Now, same location, separate rooms, at least 2. God bless you, ma. Same location is best. Somebody that is having a 3-in-1 wedding. Now, there are people that have had, same location and still mess up. And I've seen people that had separate locations and they still were able to do well. All these things still boils down to how organized are you? How professional are your vendors? How on top of your game are you yourself? Now, Mama Odele Ogun's on this show. God bless her for me. She has done two children. Two of her children are married, and I happen to be alaga for one of our boys. We had the reception, and we had the traditional wedding very early in the morning in one small room, and then they already prepared the other room for the reception. But the church was not on the same location, and that day we did everything top notch. There was no error. I'm telling you, and I'm telling you, the location between the venue for the traditional. The traditional and the reception took place in the same venue, but 2 different rooms. But they went to church somewhere else. That church that they went somewhere else was about 30 minutes or 35 minutes drive, or even 45 minutes drive, if I'm right. I'm sure she would. This one took place in Rochester, and that one took place in Erith or Slade Green. So it was quite a distance, and I was worried. But do you know that everything was top notch on that day? It was top notch. Nothing went wrong. So it's not about planning. It's not about your vendors. It's not about you yourself. It's not about your how you plan. Yeah, we really thank. And even that day, we even had a lot of Mama Adele, she I thought she had actually left. We had plenty of time to even dance. We did everything. Mommy son dance. Daddy and what's it called now? Daddy and bride dance, everything. We did everything. We did have time to eat. We had time to have small chops. We had time for everything. I'm telling you. But I've seen people that did the same location and everything and still messy. And like we said, things can go wrong in any way. You don't get me wrong. But sometimes, like the one I had recently, the groom's room was the key to the groom's room was jam. Or change. We wasted over 2 hours trying to open the groom's room in the same location. So that really ate into their time. Now, let me read this. Vendors can be good if the celebrants and the family aren't on the same ball, it will still be stressful, Tony. That's true. That's another thing. Sometimes when the family don't get themselves together, like the one that I was talking about, I think when Odele should know about this one as well. It was at Golden Palace. And we were there from 2 o'clock. Everything's ready. One community kidding me. I'm telling you, big bono, I can never forget that wedding. And you know that on that day, we didn't start until like 9. So sometimes it's about the parents because everything was ready, the vendors were ready. In fact, that was the only wedding that I've ever attended. That's we were so late to start, and every vendor was on ground. It was the parents of the bride that was going up and down, up and down. Even the groom's family were ready. The parents of the bride were not ready. Traditional can be done at the bride's compound, the same location for nikah and reception. That's quite, it does make sense in places like Nigeria, but here it has to be a venue, except if it's in summer in your garden, which is very, very, 9. Somebody said 9K. 9. Okay, so we've talked about a lot of beautiful things that people can take a cue from if you are planning to have same day 3-in-1 wedding. Number one, we've talked about the order by which we should go. If you decide to have it, in which order. The best order that everybody has agreed on, and I'm talking from experience, is to have traditional religious, which is like church or nikah, and then the reception. The worst order is having church or religious, then putting traditional in between, and then reception. That is one of the worst arrangements. So it's better for you to, even if if you want to put traditional later, which I don't think it is right culturally, it's better to have that maybe towards the end. But the best order is have your traditional, have your religious wedding, and then have your reception. That's the best order. Then also we've talked about the importance of probably having them in the same venue, and if possible have at least 2 rooms. I always say at least 2 rooms. We're talking about having maybe a smaller room for the traditional, and then the bigger room for the reception later. I've seen where people did outside. The one I did last was the traditional was in a room, then the religious wedding took place outside. It was summer, so they did this outside, and then also they did reception. It's all about planning. The most important thing. Yemish, see Omonaye, thank you for joining us. Also tonight we want to talk about the importance of having maybe where parents can lodge or family members can lodge and the couple can lodge, and if possible, if you can have some of your vendors lodge in the same venue, it's another thing that can help you to plan properly and to make things work. Sometimes transporting one from one place to another, especially in this day of age where we can suddenly have like this no movement traffic. It happens everywhere, even here in the UK. I had an event and I invited one of my friends to be my makeup artist, and she was in the traffic. She was looking at the hotel like this. She was looking at the hotel for over 2 hours. The hotel is just, if it was possible to abandon the car and walk, she could walk. She would get there conveniently. But there's no way she's going to abandon the car in traffic. She was just looking at me. She said, I'm in traffic. Oh, I'm here. She said, even if you look at me, you can see me. I can wave my hands to you. Hey, Tish, thank you for joining us. Tish Alaga, God bless you. So, people, these are the things that could make the 3-in-1 work. We've talked about them. One of the major ones is also if you can lodge in the same location, like you sleep overnight or something. If you have, like here in the UK, it's very easy. I'm not sure about Nigeria, but here in the UK, it's very easy to have even the cooking done in the same premises. Maybe some things are prepped from home, but you can have the cooking done in the same premises. You can have the couple sleep in the same premises. Most of the wedding venues that we have in this UK, most of those, most of them are like, they have rooms where you can sleep. They have rooms where the couple can stay. They have changing rooms. They have everything within the same vicinity. So sometimes it's a lot easier when everybody is on ground and on the same location. The one I had last, I think that was in August. The entire family slept overnight. So those are the important people to start the traditional wedding. We're not saying, mommy, we're no traffic. And 2-3 hours, we are still waiting for mommy and daddy. They're not there. And there's no way we're going to start traditional wedding without daddy and mommy being around. So it's important if you can have, or roadblocks, an accident, anything can happen. Thank you, MC Mona. Then also, we're talking about, we talked about your guests, what's the cost implication on your guests? Sometimes guests will think about, I cannot come um to this location and then travel again, especially here to this other location. So on guests as well, it may be one of the most economical plan to have them in the same location. So obviously there's absolutely nothing wrong in having a three-in-one wedding, but it's all about planning, it's all about preparing yourself, about getting good and professional vendors that will not waste your time. Then another thing that we need to also work on is the order of events. If traditional is supposed to be ending at 2, if we all do our job exactly at 2 o'clock or even earlier than that, everybody should round up. That is not the time to showcase how much song you can sing. That's not the time to showcase how much you know how to do. Make it precise, because one major problem is one time eating into another. You see, what's it called? Alagas are ready, but the bride is still under the hand of what's it called? Makeup artists. Makeup artists spending 5 hours on what's going on. Then sometimes photographers will take the couples, especially in this UK, they'll take the couples on a photo spree, not on a day like this. I've seen things that are happening nowadays that couples are using their outfit to do photo shoots before the day, because I'm not going to lie to you. Sometimes those photographers can also be a pain, and that's why you see people clashing. The after a while, the Alagas time has eaten up the church one. The church one has eaten into and everything will just be messy. Let everybody stay within their time limits. Do what you're supposed to do at the time you're supposed to do it, and round up at that time. Don't extend and don't waste time. Somebody said parents' timing is also very important. I always tell my parents whenever I'm having meetings with them for traditional wedding. For example, they say, Madam, me fẹ́ kẹ́ lò ju 1.5 hours. I'm say, for person can do 50 minutes, whatever fair. But it's up to you. We cannot be saying that that is time la fún yín láti wá jókòó. Kó jẹ́ pé ẹlẹ́mọ̀ ní àwọn ọ̀rẹ́ mi tó ń ṣẹ̀lẹ̀ jẹ́ sáyé lọ kí wọn nú mọ́tò. Parents' time is very important. Some parents, when it's time for them to pray for their children, that's when they will get up and start attending to guests. All those things they eat into time, or they will say, oh yeah, eyelash tijabo, particular ballet. All those little things. So something just happened. One of the, those are the things that cause trouble. Parent timing and everything. Mommy Adelego says people choose the one to attend when you have different venues on the same day, except their family. That's true. You can choose the one you want to attend, or you would have actually separated it right from the beginning. Those that are invited for the main wedding are not the same for the whatever. So it's up to you. Somebody said, Baba said, one day wonder works when parents take their stands on time. Yes, ma'am. Guests on time and not doing African time like myself. Thank you so much. Yeah, you stick to the time and make sure that you work it out. Above all, what we are saying today is the fact that all these things are very, very much doable as long as everybody stick to their line, they do what they're supposed to do, they keep to their time. And we've talked about so many things that could be as an added advantage: same venue, same location, or maybe 2 different rooms. Then also, if possible, to prep some things on ground rather than transporting stuff and everything. If everybody can sleep overnight in the place and stuff like that, those are the little things that can help to make it, it's true. I've seen it happen. I've seen it happen where the baby was like, I don't know what happened to my lashes. My lashes not working. I'm saying my lashes. And they were like looking for the makeup artist. The makeup artist were at the premises, but we were calling her, she didn't pick. That took us about 15 minutes before they could get the makeup artist and everything. Got to let lashes to their body. It took forever. So those are the little things. All I just want to say tonight is that I've got the most fantastic audience on this show, and thank you so much for your contribution, for all that you have said. I'm sure somebody somewhere will need this information and they'll pick up this video and it will be of good use to them. Ladies and gentlemen, nothing is impossible. I am a fan of nothing is impossible. one major thing that we need to do is you can do whatever you want to do and achieve whatever you want to achieve if you put your heart to it and you work towards it, and you make sure that the people that you put in your team to make it work, because it's not possible for you to do it by yourself. There has to be a team of people to help you. Make sure that you have people that are running the same vision with you, that are running the same plan with you, and you'll be surprised what you can achieve. Thank you guys. I'm so grateful for all the people that have supported and contributed tonight. It's been an amazing evening. I pray that God will bless you. The Abalakini Kisha, we're just going to do it for like 5 minutes so that I can say good night tonight. There's this one I want us to listen to. It's just very
more
short.
than you.
It's very short. Sorry. Let me just
Can you marry a woman that earns more than you? I will never do such a thing.
It's not gonna be longer than that, people. You know, this one is about a man that his wife earned more than him. His wife earned more than him, and you know, they are discussing on who will leave job, because they needed to, one of them have to leave a job to take care of the kid, and the man is insisting that the woman should leave the job. And when I say more than him, this man is earning like maybe 30% of what the wife is earning. The wife is earning 70% more than the man. So if you're that woman, would you resign? What would you do? Would you leave your job? What would you do? You know, one of them has to resign just to meet the family need. And the man is insisting, but never, I can never ever resign. I can't leave my job. You have to be able to leave your job. Meanwhile, the woman is earning 70% more than the man. So what should that woman do if you were in that woman? Somebody said, I've not come here to learn. I have I'm kind of ready to learn it with. Well done, ma. Thank you so much, ma. What would you do if you're that woman? Would you resign? Would you leave your job because you want to be submissive to your husband? Or what should that woman do? Somebody said they should get a maid. Okay. What about if maid does not work in this situation? In this situation, one of them they are in a position where somebody has to leave a job. You know, there's in a position. It's like one of the choices, as in they only have a choice, and the choice is one has to leave their job. You know, so who would you? I mean, if you're the woman and the man is insisting, I don't care. You are going to say they care. I'm like, just when you complex is worrying the guy. Okay. Definitely we find ourselves in some, usually as married people, we find ourselves in some situations that you'll be like, common sense in here now. Sure, you're going to jasha. But you'll be surprised. Ego to me, they said ego to watch. Anyways, you'll be surprised the little things that you will be thinking, Shebi is just keko, you know, and you'll be surprised how people are capitalizing on this to cause trouble in marriage. You'll be surprised the little things that are actually causing marriages to end. You know, this person, you know that it will have a lot of effect on the marriage if this other person will leave a job just because you are, you know, you are the breadwinner. I mean, because the person is the breadwinner, you're saying you insist that she has to leave her job because you are the man. Obviously, that's is going to end up destroying the marriage. I'm just hoping that people will be able to use, I don't even know whether the word to endurance or perseverance in making sure that some things don't actually ruin marriage. If you see the way the man was talking, he said, never, I will never leave my job because this woman earn more than me. I'm not talking about 10% more, we're not talking about 20% more than you, we're talking about 70% more than you. That's a lot. That's like somebody earning 1 million. This other person is earning 300,000. You know, it's a lot. I just hope that God will, you know, people will get to understand a lot of things. Àmọ́ ó fa ọ̀nà fún yìí náà ṣáá òun ni kì í gbà fún wa tó bẹ́ẹ̀ jù bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ àárín jù bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ lórí ètò lénìí ẹ̀yin èèyàn wa ìyàwó bàbá, this our own ìyàwó bàbá. She has a show that she does every first day of every month. It's called Encore of Celebration. It's a show where she praises God. the praise worship. Anytime I attend that show, I'm telling you, it's a time she brings guest artists, to do it live on Facebook. Please, End of Celebration, or you join Mojukme Fadimu. The next one is going to be next Thursday, 1st of October. Let's enter the month of October with praise. So please join her every month, or every first day of the month. Any day to my boss still has their first day of the month. That's when she does. It would be nice to join them. So bí la máa fàdàgbà ètò yìí sùn sílé ní ẹ̀yìn èèyàn wa láìpẹ́ láì jìnnà tún ti ń padà bọ̀ lọ́sẹ̀ tó ń bọ̀ lágbára lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run wọ́n á gbà ní àdúrà lẹ́nu wípé èmi Olúwabùnmi aya Òṣìbẹ̀rù wípé lílọ ni mò ń lọ yìí ogun ó lọ kò dé kò ní bá mi ogun ó dé kò bá wọn kò ní jẹ́ ti yín lọ́lá Ọlọ́run mo gbàdúrà lẹ́nu wípé ayọ̀ ìdùnnú àti àlàáfíà tí mo fi yín sílé ní òun náà ni máa padà wá bá yín lọ́sẹ̀ tó ń bọ̀ lágbára lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run wọ́n fàsìkò sọ fún gbogbo wa wípé láyọ̀ la ó máa pàdé o mo ní láyọ̀ la ó máa pàdé o ẹ̀yin ò ní forí gún èmi ò ní fẹsẹ̀ kọ o wọ́n sọ yòówù ká lè wọ̀ kó ní forí sọ̀gì o láyọ̀ la ó máa pàdé láyọ̀ la ó máa pàdé o. Thank you so much, everybody. See you next week. God bless you.
Let's talk traditional wedding. Let's talk traditional wedding. Ẹ̀bùn lóríṣiríṣi many gives away. Let's talk traditional wedding. Kí lorúkọ ètò náà? Let's talk traditional wedding. Ètò ìgbéyàwó tó bọ̀ ní lọ́gbọ́n. Let's talk traditional wedding. Yẹ́tí gbọ́, ètò let's talk traditional wedding ó lọ lọ́wọ́. Kí lorúkọ ètò náà? Let's talk traditional wedding. Ètò ìgbéyàwó tó bọ̀ ní lọ́gbọ́n. Let's talk traditional wedding. Every Tuesday on Instagram. Every Tuesday on Facebook. 6 p.m. UK time. Every Tuesday on Facebook. Ètò ìgbéyàwó tó fún mi lóye. Let's talk traditional wedding. Ètò ìgbéyàwó tó fún mi lóye. Let's talk
traditional wedding. Thank you so much, everybody. See you next week by the grace of God. Bye.